Hey guys, Dwayne Davis, Full Pool Fishing. This is part 2 of my How to Land a Buffalo series. A lot of guys reached out to me with questions after the last video, so I wanted to do another video to take it one more step because I don't really feel like I completed the process on how to land a buffalo. So, as I said before, this is strictly smallmouth buffalo. That's what's predominantly in my area in South Carolina, the big mouth buffalo. We have harder mouths, more cartilage. I think they run with it more, but I'm not 100% sure because I really don't fish for them. So anyway, I wanted to share with you the final steps, and that's landing one. And when I say landing one, a buffalo fights a whole lot different than a yellow cart. The yellow cart rips it, and you're just, you're fighting the whole way. Buffalo acts different. So a buffalo, a lot of times, as soon as you jerk at them, they can sense the hook, almost immediately, and they come to you. So when you get up underneath and you jerk, a lot of times when I jerk, I won't feel anything right off until I get to almost right here. You'll jerk, and then it'll almost feel like you're reeling in your bait. It's just that pressure, but it's not like a strong pull. And you see a lot of guys, they jerk and they take off running up the hill. A lot of guys make fun of them, and I've made fun of them too, but I'm one of those guys. When I jerk, if I feel the least little bit of pressure on my line, I'm running, because it's a whole lot easier to catch up to the fish doing this than it is to jerk and then try to reel up to him. Because the other thing about a buffalo you need to know is when you jerk, when you get here and you put pressure on him, and you finally get to where you're able to reel in, he will race you to the bank. So never give up on a buffalo. If you think you got a buffalo on there, you jerk, you just never give up on the fight, because they'll race you in. You'll be reeling as fast as you can, and they'll just come straight to you. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll come straight to you, and they'll come right up under the bank. If you got a lake that's got a deep bank, they'll come straight up and then sit down on the bottom, and you'll have to kind of lift them up very gently. One thing I do, some guys who buffalo fish don't do, is I keep my drag in between. I don't keep my drag too tight. I don't keep it too loose. I like mine to be a fairly loose drag, but when I jerk, what I don't want is when I jerk for the drag to strip off. I like it just tight enough so that when I jerk, that it's not going to, when I jerk, that I can set the hook from a distance away. And then, if I'm fighting a fish and I get him close and he's pulling hard, then I'll feed him a little bit of line, just to take the pressure off the hooks. But you don't have to. A lot of buffalo guys have their drag set to where it's almost free spool. When they're sitting here and the fish takes off with it, their thing barely even moves and just pulls that line. I don't like mine quite that loose, but a lot of guys do, and they're very successful. So this is just my preference as opposed to some others. But yes, so just remember, don't give up on the fight. When you jerk, don't hesitate to run. And when you catch up, stay on top of it, because they will race you to the bank. And there's one other thing they do. When you get a buffalo on, a lot of times, and I don't know why, I don't know how to explain it really until you really reeled one in, they'll do what I like to call is they'll shimmy or shimmer. You'll just feel it just like a shimmer coming up your line. It'll just kind of twitch, like they're actually twitching their head, like they're just kind of having a little spasm trying to get the hook loose. And you can feel it come up your line. You'll be reeling in and you just feel it. And that's just one other thing that kind of, to me, is an indicator if I got a buffalo on. If I feel that little twitch coming up my line, I'll know, hey, I think I got a buffalo on. But based on those other characteristics too. So I hope this helps you, continues to help you become better fishermen. And I'll say this right here, and I said it before in the last video, learning how to jerk at buffalo carp will make you a better overall fisherman. I have my buddy Chance up at Spivey's. We were fishing over at Foster's just a few weeks ago, and Foster's is predominantly a buffalo lake. A lot of buffalo in that lake, so you do a lot of jerking. Well, I watched him cut 3 yellow carp. They did the perfect buffalo bite, pulled it up, he cut them in the mouth, landed them. Would he have gotten those fish had he not? I don't know, but he landed those fish and he won off all 3 of them. So if you learn how to jerk at fish, when the yellow carp are finicky and not quite pulling, it will help you land more of those as well. So I appreciate you. Dwayne Davis, Full Pool Fishing. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. I thank y'all.